On March 8, 1994, a shocking and unsettling discovery was made at Merrillville, Indiana's Mr. Soft Car Wash. The staff stumbled upon a disturbing 5x7 black and white photograph of a woman chained, gagged, and wrapped in plastic. The grainy, low-quality image revealed little about the woman's identity. Police officials found it difficult to determine the age of the photograph or whether the woman was alive or deceased when it was taken. Fast forward to July 25th, when two young children sought relief from the oppressive summer heat by fishing in the serene Little Calumet River near Highland, Indiana. As they cast their lines into the water near Liable Road, one child made a gruesome and horrifying discovery. A Nike brand women's hiking shoe containing the skeletal remains of a foot. This macabre find sparked a frantic and thorough search along the Little Calumet. Teams of divers, dressed in sleek black neoprene suits, dove into the murky depths, while law enforcement officers meticulously scoured the shoreline. Despite their best efforts, the search yielded no new leads, and the investigation reached a frustrating standstill. On September 4th, two children noticed a peculiar object protruding from a drain pipe in the Little Calumet River. Their curiosity piqued. They ventured closer to examine the plastic-wrapped bundle. To their horror, they discovered that the strange object was a collection of highly decayed human remains. The bones, clumsily wrapped in plastic and lodged inside the drain pipe, were found in the 7800 block of Nevada Street in Hammond, Indiana. The remains were too decomposed for immediate gender identification, but the retrieved clothing suggested a female victim. Size 5 women's pants, a women's sweatshirt and leather jacket, and a floral patterned bra. A cigarette lighter, lipstick bottle, a single house key with a purple clip, and 50 cents were discovered in the jacket pocket, but no identification was found. Investigators considered two grim possibilities. Either the bones were discarded into a local sewer system and became lodged in the drainage pipe, or they were dumped in the river and subsequently pushed into the conduit by water movement. For 3 days, the Lake County Aquatic Underwater Recovery and Rescue Unit performed an exhaustive underwater search around the recovery location. Divers sifted through the riverbed mud and descended more than 30 feet into the drainage pipe, hoping to recover all the remains. The remains were missing a foot, but the other foot was still encased in a Nike sneaker, notably matching the shoe found in July, approximately 400 yards upstream. Forensic examination revealed that the foot belonged to the discovered remains. Facing an unidentified victim, investigators published photographs of the recovered personal belongings in a September 13th newspaper article. This strategy proved successful. Barbara Corey immediately recognized the distinctive purple keyring. Her 19-year-old daughter, Brandy Sherry, who had been missing since February, had carried the same one. Barbara contacted the coroner's office after comparing her house key to the one in the photo and discovering they were identical. Investigators, accompanied by the Lake County coroner, visited Barbara's home. The key found among the remains successfully unlocked her front door, confirming Barbara's worst fears. A subsequent dental examination provided clear proof that the remains belonged to Brandy. Her tragic death was ultimately determined to be the result of blunt force trauma. Brandy was last seen by her mother at their Hammond home on February 14th, around 7:30 p.m. She had asked to borrow a sweater and mentioned seeing her boyfriend on the south side of town. Barbara left after their brief conversation to begin her night shift at work. Brandy's boyfriend, whose name was never revealed, claimed he didn't see her that evening. He reported her disappearance to Barbara the next morning. Barbara and her ex-husband, Lenny, who lived nearby in Highland, Indiana, filed a missing persons report on February 16th. Though estranged until Brandy was in her teens, Lenny had spent the last 6 years diligently mending their relationship. He informed officers that he and his ex-wife had spent the last 6 months relentlessly searching for their daughter. Lenny's investigation revealed that Brandy's social circle had evolved to include both longtime high school friends and a newer group from the fringes of society. Given the chilling nature of the photograph and the heartbreaking discovery of Brandy's remains, a compelling theory emerges. Brandy may have fallen prey to a serial offender with a disturbingly meticulous method of operation. The photograph found at the car wash could be part of a twisted collection documenting the perpetrator's victims, suggesting a sinister pattern of abduction, torture, and eventual murder. The methodical disposal of the remains, carefully wrapped in plastic and discarded in a river, indicates a high level of planning and a deliberate attempt to obscure the crime. The eerie coincidence of finding both the photograph and Brandy's remains nearby strongly suggests that the killer was local to the area or had significant ties there. Furthermore, the discovery of personal items like the distinctive purple key ring and the lipstick hints that the killer may have taken these as trophies, a common and deeply unsettling trait among serial offenders. The lack of identification and the advanced state of decomposition point to a calculated effort to delay or prevent the victim's identification, aligning with the behavior of a seasoned criminal. This theory, while speculative, underscores the urgent need for a more extensive investigation into similar unsolved cases in the region. It might reveal a disturbing pattern that could ultimately bring justice to the victims and provide much-needed closure for their families. The FBI assisted with the extensive inquiry, but no suspects were identified. The connection between the horrifying photo found at the car wash and Brandy's brutal murder remains unknown. To this day, both Brandy's killer and the woman in the photograph have yet to be identified. May Brandy rest in peace,